Hi, this is Mike D, and you're watching DIY Reptile Guy coming at you live. Alright, so now let's kind of jump right on in and kind of get started here. So, we got this whole, we got the silicone all the way down on this cord and stuff. Now, I'm going to take you guys over here. This has been going for about 24 hours, a little bit over 24 hours now, of where the heat's been on, just so I can see if there's any delaminations due to the silicone, as I wasn't sure if it's in a delam with so much heat on it, but we're going to go over that here in a minute. So anyways, if we go over here to do this did take a whole two tubes, or one whole tube so far is on it, and we're probably going to have to do an additional tube of silicone, obviously, you know, to kind of touch up and stuff on where the tape is kind of showing through. I think a lot of that's due to just how large the tape was and stuff, and I really try to get that silicone kind of down in there on this one, so we're going to go back over all this, obviously, and stuff, and you guys will see how that all works out in a previous video that will be posted. And obviously we're going to check both of these individually for delaminations, because you never know what can happen, and it's always from the applicator's failures. And that's what this has kind of proven to me. So we're going to do some little tests over here. I did the best that I possibly could over here on this one, and we're going to see if there's any problems and stuff. And if there is, obviously I'm going to come back through and we're going to devise a method in order to fix them. So, and also on a side note, I'm pretty excited tonight because now I'm a certified applicator with GE and a partner with GE. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see what this heat tape is reading. So we're at 78 degrees. Pushing up to 80, kind of give or take. Take it right down in there. See, that's reading 115. 114 right there at the bottom. So, on that heat tape, that's reading 114. But, here's the thing though. We're reading 90. See how it's kind of radiating off of it? So you can kind of notice that this heat, you see where this laser is pointing. Alright, so right there on, get that laser back on there, we're reading 76 right there in the heat. But if I take this and put this over here, we are reading 90, 85, 86, 87. Alright, so what's happening is here is the heat cable's only hitting a certain temperature of around 70 to 80 degrees, but as it goes out on this silicone, it's creating almost of a silicone mat. Now this is how most of your mats, like your heat mats and stuff, are made. It's actually one whole cable, and they radiate out the heat. If you understand the properties of silicone, which is a rock, by the way, a lot of people don't realize that silicone is a rock, but yes, it is a rock, and they do mine it, and that's how they produce this. So, without further ado, let's do some tests here. Let's see here. So this looks like kind of a weak area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push on this. I'm going to see if I can get this. I can kind of get a little bit of wiggle room and stuff in there. But there's nothing really that's like saying, oh shit, it's going to pop out of there. Over here, same over here. I'm not really seeing anything that is any areas of serious concern. I'm going to come back over here, and believe it or not, actually, I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on this to kind of really try to see if I can kind of delam this stuff off of here. Alright, right here. You'll notice we have a spot. We have a spot right here. So what we want to do is, let me find the spot back here again. It's right here. That's kind of got a delam in it. And I think that's due to how the silicone split right here and how it's smeared. So what we're going to do is we're going to take care of that. So, on a roof I'd usually use spray paint, but right here I'm going to place kind of a sticky note. And obviously silicone only sticks to silicone, and nothing sticks to silicone unless it's put into silicone before it hardens. No D-land there, no D-land here, no D-land here. Let's check out on, see if you notice all this all looks pretty good. Looking for any D-lams, any possible areas where we could have some delamination. And yet again, I'm not finding any areas. I kind of expected to see a few little areas here and there. And that's all pretty good. Alrighty. So we're going to take care of that. We'll come back through later on and touch that all up. So here's another area that we want to definitely take care of. You see that? That's an exposed wire. So we're going to definitely throw on there a sticky note, because that's another area that we need to take care of. Address that area. Kind of go over here. Nothing. Let me see if I can zoom out. Nothing there. That all looks like a pretty good. Yeah, the adhesion to that is pretty good. As we travel up this wire here, just trying to check it for D-lams. I know this doesn't look the prettiest. Alright, so that's a bubble. So I'm going to say we need to do, and that wire needs to be also covered up. There's some red showing over here, and it appears that we have, yep, just as I figured. See that? That all came out. Alright, so that's all going to have to be re-adhered down. And so yeah, so we will address that whole area. Most definitely. We'll address this entire area. Obviously that's a problem. So yeah, this side definitely shows a lot more problems and stuff. We need to address this. I'll get some more sticky notes here in just a minute. That's another area where we have another exposed cord. It's definitely problematic. Another exposed cord. Wow. Another exposed cord. Some more exposed cords right there, right here. So what I'm going to do, let me see if there's any more delaminations here before we go ahead and put on some more sticky notes. Alrighty, so we're going to put a sticky note over here. That's an obvious problem. Another problem area is right here. 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 So there's a lot of fucking problem areas. Pardon my French, but this is terrible. This is absolutely horrible. And by the way, guys, too, another problem too that I'm noticing, and this is with the Etsoterra 3D bat drops. Granted, they're only 25 bucks, so what do you expect? Try to save some money. You see, if you go up along this wall, keep traveling up, look at that giant fucking crack. Yeah. These 3D backdrops are garbage. That's why I'm going to start to go with all Universal Rock 3D backdrops in all of our new displays. And I'm probably going to replace these at some point in time, probably not right yet, with all Universal Rock backgrounds. It'll definitely be a job to replace all of them, so it'll be a while. I really don't have the extra funds for it, unless you guys want to donate to me. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I found another spot too. Let's see how many problem spots we have. And let's kind of make fun of my application job for just a moment. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots. I have 8 problematic spots that are horribly problematic. And I'm not 100% sure yet again if this isn't due to the amount of heat that this stuff gives off. I'm not 100% sure if that hasn't caused some of those delaminations, because like right over here, that was actually a bubble that formed, and it was more than likely a heat bubble from just the sheer amount of heat that was on that. So if that was the case, I mean, there's really nothing I could do, because obviously there wasn't a good seal that got to this heat cable. So that's definitely problematic. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is Mike D, and I'm out.